So before we discuss some ideas about addiction, let's just take a few moments to determine where we sit on the addiction spectrum. You can also click below to take an addiction assessment I developed to help you see the stage you're at. This could really help you move to the next phase in addressing any addictive behaviours that you have going on. What looks like an addiction for one person can be different for another. It's about how you're uniquely wired and the kinds of behaviours you may be doing compulsively. This assessment will help you identify if any addictive behaviours are a problem for you. At the end, you'll be given some options for how you can help yourself. So let's take a quick look at the different points along the unhooked addiction spectrum. The first stage on the addiction spectrum is little or no use. This means that substance use and other types of addictive behaviours don't present as a problem for you. This could be because you've made a decision not to use, or you don't have the opportunity to use. It may be that you can have a drink out, but you don't drink to the point of intoxication. Not everyone is able to experience this kind of result, and it means that you may be wired differently from those who do struggle with addictive behaviours. This doesn't mean that those people are weaker than you, it just means that they're wired in a different way. Stage 2 is experimentation. This means you're trying substances or behaviours for the first few times. This initial stage is often characterised by curiosity, peer pressure, or a desire to escape negative emotions or stress. It's important to know that not everyone who experiments will end up on the higher end of the addiction spectrum. However, repeated use of these substances or behaviours can lead to more serious addiction. At this stage, you're probably managing your behaviours well enough. But if you're feeling yourself beginning to struggle with your behaviours, it's worth seeking out some kind of professional help. Intoxication is stage 3, and during this stage, you will be experiencing a high or pleasurable sensation which reinforces the desire to continue using the substance or engage in the behaviour. You can experience euphoria followed by a decline in mood and cognitive function, which can lead to impaired judgment, risky behaviour and negative consequences relationally, financially, etc. Many different paths can come from this stage. Some people can discontinue their using and minimise the harmful effects, recognising that a little is enough and too much is uncomfortable. For others, they may get hooked and find their use to their liking, and the beginnings of a relationship to the addictive behaviour sets in. Again, if you're finding you're being drawn further into using, then it could be a good time to seek some support and rethink your behaviours. We move to the second half of the spectrum and look at misuse, where your addictive behaviours are now serving a purpose or meeting a need. Use at this stage can be infrequent, episodic, like binging or longer gaps between use, but it also means that continued engagement in the behaviours is now bringing negative consequences such as physical or mental health problems, financial difficulties or relationship issues. Also, you could now be having cravings and tolerance and withdrawal symptoms, which can make it really difficult to quit. It is necessary to seek some professional help at this stage, as self-management has often reached its limits. The second last stage on the spectrum is abuse. This is characterised by a pattern of substance use or behaviours that's consistently harmful and can put you at risk of negative consequences. You've established a neurological and emotional connection to the substance or activity of your choice. Your preference is now to relieve your stress and pain through external chemical or behavioural comfort. It's not uncommon for people at this stage to still be unaware of the depth of the effect of their using. Finding support from a professional is essential at this stage. The final point on the addiction spectrum is substance use disorder. This stage is the most severe and means that you have a chronic and compulsive pattern of substance use or behaviour that interferes with your daily life. You are experiencing a loss of control over your usage as well as continued use despite serious negative consequences. Your using will be affecting every area of your life, including relationships, work, finances, and physical and mental health. You're at the stage where serious help and support are required, and considering a rehabilitation program may be the best option. But firstly, get some professional support to give you the best help for where you're at right now. So, where do you land on the addiction spectrum? If you haven't taken it already, download the addiction assessment and work out your next steps and what they might be. Before you go, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll be working to bring you more videos around the area of addiction recovery for individuals and couples every 2 to 3 weeks. Also, you'll find links to the different resources I refer to during my video in the description below. And if you'd like to find out more about me and my work, you can go to my website at unhooked.com.au.